I don't know about you, but I find the opening prayer and the Alleluia before the gospel story, how we are children of light, called out of darkness, could not be more appropriate. The power in the church came on last night about 7 o'clock. But there's one thing that did not come on, the bane of my existence, our air conditioner. So I don't know if you can feel it's kind of a little stuffy. Maybe I'm a little bit warm because I'm wearing this. But all is good. I hope you have power and things are back on and going well. Monsignor and I were talking about it, how grateful we are to have power, and when we don't, how grateful we are that there are people out there working hard to restore it for us. Even though it's their job, and I know they're getting paid for it, the sacrifices that they're making is an example of being a child of light. Jesus does a couple things in the gospel story for us today as he's talking about whoever loves father and mother more than me is not worthy of me. He's identifying himself as being divine. He's showing everyone who he truly is, that he is the Son of God, that he is God in the form of man. And that first and greatest commandment is to love God with all our mind, our heart, our soul, and our strength. And Jesus is teaching his disciples that that's the love that they are to have for him. And he also is the example of pure love. When he gets up on the cross, that is the purest act of love that we have. He sacrifices himself because he loves us, and he wants us to be one with him forever. And we experience again that true love in this Eucharist as he gives himself in the appearance of bread and wine, his body, his blood, his soul, and his divinity, given freely to us as we come forward to receive it, an act of pure sacrificial love. What Jesus is teaching us in the gospel story today is that we are children of light. That's who we are. That's our identity. We belong to God. We are his, and we are called to live in that light and to share and be a reflection of the light of Christ that lives in our hearts. And the way that we go about doing that, he mentions it at the end of the gospel story, just by a simple act of giving a cup of cold water to a little one. In other words, we look after each other. Children of light look after one another, taking care of each other. We do not choose to live a life of love that is selfish, where we put ourselves above others, but rather we choose to live a life of sacrificial love, because that is the life that Christ lived, the life that he gave us and showed us. And so as we gather here today, let us pray that we may continue to grow as children of light, being a reflection of the very love that we receive in this Eucharist, the gift of forgiveness, the gift of mercy, the gift of understanding and compassion, and the gift of true sacrificial love.